तो कल हमने ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड किया था, ठीक है। आज हमें करना है डेथ इन दी फैमिली। पर किसकी फैमिली में डेथ हो रही है ये तो बताओ यार। एंड ऑफ द लाइन। ओके, किस लाइन की का एंड हो रहा है भाई? लगता है फाइबर आ गया ना अब, तो पहले उसकी एंड की लाइन कर रहे हैं, है ना। इंटरनेट में फाइबर कर दिया ना तो कॉपर की एंड ऑफ लाइन कर दिया इन्होंने। दैट्स व्हाट आई थिंक।
So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you? Who will you be without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead.
Okay.
Funeral invitation, that is.
मर गया तो मैं क्या
So
करूं?
naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
कंसिंग देना।
Right.
ऑर्डर से देख लो कौन सा पहले करना है, कौन सा बाद में। क्या आज वैसे गेम के अपडेट की वजह से देर होगी ना आने में। ये तो कह रहे पहले मीन्स वो मोटिव एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी करो, फिर डे टू रिमेम्बर स्टफ्स लाइक दैट, वैसे उस वे में जाओ।
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming.
वो तो दंत बड़ा नहीं दिख रहा था अभी चश्मे वाला।
So Mr. Crore will secure their nearby.
बिल्कुल दंत बड़ा लग रहा था मैं क्या।
Going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
ओह बाइक पे आया हम। I noticed, frame drops. So actually, I turned on. In fact, I should turn it off. Actually, it wasn't on before. पता नहीं मैंने ये 2 चीज़ें ऑन करी थी। ओके, ये क्या करता है? ऑप्टिमाइजिंग सिस्टम रिटेंसिटी।
This is a private area, sir.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle.
But फिर भी this is also इनको बंदे रखो.
Wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious.
Sorry, मैंने mod अपना कमी open किया.
Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
Let me, you know. He's not noticed me. रुक गया है बड़ा. रुक के क्या बताऊँ? बताऊँ तो रुक.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Please do.
If you'd follow me. I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all.
काफी घंटा देर लगा रहे हैं.
Well, this is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside. Oh, I could just cry.
Sir, I just need to check.
That's a bit excessive, I think, considering the fact that I spotted no less than 2 routes to get inside the house unseen.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
कहाँ है मैं? चल स्पक. काफी स्लो चल रहा है.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, A thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
इस अपडेट की वजह से मैं 1 घंटा लेट हुआ तो डाउनलोडिंग काफी लगती है.
You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madam's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madam Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madam Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madam Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A lot to read in Mystery 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
बड़ी किताब स्टार क्या है?
A hidden door.
और भी चक्कर नहीं होगा हिडन डोर में चक्कर.
Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
कहाँ है सर?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
इधर पिक करने का अटक गया.
A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Have you ever fallen in love with someone you were hired to protect? Foreign princess or beautiful Scarlet?
I'm sure it was sorted somehow.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Casey, for God's sake, Emma.
But why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is. Making us come here to play funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Don't get your knickers all twisted.
Rebecca Carlyle,
She's not fit to
can
be
you
in
tell me
charge.
about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and Mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Emmer Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
This'll be good.
Some idiot rang the bell by mistake.
We all signed it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Right, you go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got. Tell her you want to see the records. Don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them. Thanks, Phil. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. How do you see this one? See? It was like, wow. ये भी देखा ये भी है नीचे खाने का आपका देखा नाइस पायदान बहुत अच्छा पायदान ने लगा और ऊपर से मूर्ति भी अच्छा बियर करो ये भी मेरी एक्ट कर रहे थे अब नहीं कर रहे आज कर रहे थे तो सही दिखा बाकी सस्पेक्ट ने टैक्टिकल आकर से मैंने पूछ इन बंदों से अच्छा है बाकी अपना क्या है ये तो वेटर है अभी बात करता है. He's playing the piano, right?
A make-believe funeral, a murder mystery.
खड़ा हुआ बात कर सकता है.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff are all the company he had. If that's all,
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me. Yes, hi, Kathy. It's me again, Edward. I know I'm not supposed to keep you messages, and this is the last time, I promise. It's just, I don't know how to handle this whole situation. I don't think I can, really. I can't feel my legs, and my eyes are not working properly. This flicker thing again. You can't tell anyone, but the thing is, I've been asked to perform the eulogy at the funeral event tomorrow. I know it all sounds so unbelievable, but even though Mother is still alive, we still have to go through with the funeral. I have to write the eulogy. I don't think I can. She will definitely want to read it, and no matter what, I just know she'll be disappointed in me. Again. My legs are really weird. I need you, Cassie. I'm sorry. I know. I'll hang up. Not supposed to do this. Christ. Sorry. Bye.
I need to stop thinking about Emma, but it just makes me so angry.
What is it now?
She turned up and demanded to be put up in Carlisle's bedroom. We're the new heads of the family after all. It is only fitting, she said. Well, Gregory stopped, which was a surprise. He normally accepts his wife's outrageous behaviour without batting an eyelid. But staying in his mother's bed so soon was just a bit steep, I suppose.
She can't wait to get her hands on Thornbridge Manor.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 a.m. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate.
But why is safe with Ethel? She never misses a step. Gossiping and work both.
Fake funeral tomorrow. Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere. I never thought of it that way. Oh, God. It's such a big
That is
responsibility.
the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Protect it, right? How'd you even do that?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
कितना skip. Library.
With a handsome face like that, I bet you've worked with a lot of high-profile celebrities, right?
I'd much rather hear your stories.
Oh,
I'd love to tell you. Then I'd have to kill you.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
Aaron Ford Jr. calling from Morgan, Yates & Cohn. I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlisle account HTC depot number 5085. No, I need it immediately. Yes, I'll hold. Yes, I'm still here. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Right. I'll double check and get back to you.
Ancestral graveyard, trophy room, and the office safe is hidden behind a portrait, with a secret mechanism for uncovering it. It's got real soul.
First time here?
Yep.
Yeah, it's impressive, all right.
A safe in Madame Carlyle's office. I bet that's where she keeps the file on Arthur Edwards.
Typically she intends to get done, but my guess would be a lot more overdue. Tommy talk. Bryce, your thoughts?
Such a fine thing is absolutely my opinion with a grain of salt, but I just can't put my stamp on it.
The murder was the blood?
No, not that I saw. The swollen eyes. Hello, this is Cassandra Cox, Edward's ex-wife. I don't know what's going on at your house, but Edward is losing it again. He seems to believe that Alexa has come back from the dead, and that he has to write the eulogy for some make-believe funeral event. I still have the restraining order on him, so whoever gets this message now that Alexa is dead better get him under control. Otherwise, I see no other way than to get the police involved.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
Part of the job.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
या पता नहीं छोड़ो मैंने कुछ गड़बड़ करी है जो आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा है
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now. I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad.
You'll be fine, Robbie.
Hit the grave. You like, reading? You look really smart, in a good way, I mean.
I do like reading.
Really? I like reading too. I read all the time. Literature and such.
That's nice.
Yeah.
तो मेरे को ही वो सफेद आ रहा है मैंने सब नहीं कर पा अंदर से करनी है लोड ही करना पड़ेगा
Read all the time. Literature and such.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my...
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Mr. Patrick, can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time so I don't die from boredom? I fear I may not survive an entire weekend in this shithole.
Perhaps a brisk walk in the garden would do you good.
I said speed up time, not my passing. Now just go away, will you?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
Hi, Martin. Rebecca here. I need you to dig up the contract we have with the law firm Morgan, Yates & Co. No, I think they revoked the unanimous vote on prolonging the lease for the New York branch. I know they can't do that. That's why I need the contract. In Sydney? Why wasn't I told?
इससे करने से तुम्हारा रखी है
I'll get right on it. Do you have his number?
एडिट कहाँ से मिसिंग कर रहा हूँ मैं the right location, but
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
That American lawyer in the small office. His travel documents. Everything in order.
Madam Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
इधर एक और क्लू है मिस्टर
Hey, Ron, did Yates mention anything about the Carlisle account? Yes, I'm in England now. It's all gone. Ron and I haven't been briefed about it yet. What the fuck do I say to Ron?
Coming along inside. Is everything ready for tomorrow?
I'm getting a headache from all the decisions. I mean, pram or stroller, comforter or not. Should I ask her to marry me?
fuse, I'm afraid. We don't have any extra fuses. Ethel looked everywhere.
You've got to be kidding. No power, no portrait.
Oh, Madame Carlyle will be furious.
So, Madame Carlyle wants a picture taken. If you were to assist with the missing fuse, I'm sure the portrait would be one for the ages.
She expects the family photo to be done any moment now.
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect. Can't we just take a fuse from another fuse box?
I guess we could do that.
Good. I'll finish setting up, and then we'll grab the fuse just before you call down the family.
Good. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Typical that Annie gets the help from photographer. I can say what, but work, that's all I get from furniture.
Yeah, frankly, fucking
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Poor thing.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop around? I feel weak in my knees.
अरे यार ये कैसा दिन है क्रोबार से लाऊं गसरा भी करूं
Mary is so upset. But she's never seen a dead body before.
It's tough sometimes.
Alexa, back from the dead.
Oh, sounds like the power's back up. Why don't you take a picture to test it?
It works. I'm ready for the shoot.
Perfect. I'll call the family down now then.
Excellent, 47. Madame Carlyle is on her way down for the family photo shoot. Let's see if any memorable moments will play out in front of the camera.
Right ahead, please. It's just...
Edward, you can't let Mother get to you like this.
You always been immune to her. How do you do it?
I'm the youngest. Guess I just flew under the radar when it came to her attention.
I don't think so. She really respects you.
If you just stopped craving
Down
her
by the fountain.
approval, you're nearly 50.
फोटो खींचने सबकी अभी फोटो खींचूंगा ना मैं फोटोग्राफर हूँ वो वाला मिशन कर नहीं रहा नहीं आ रहा मुझे तू डिटेक्टिव मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा ना डिटेक्टिव हो नहीं रहा वो क्लूज फाइंड करने हैं नेट पे लिखा तो है कर लूँ फोटोग्राफर एक फोटो खींचनी है बस बताएंगे फोटो खींचनी है नीचे आ नहीं रही
It won't hurt you to relax for a bit.
कोई गड़बड़ होने वाली में लग रहा है ये होगा अगर ये करूँगा लोड करके क्या होगा यही सेम थिंग लोड करूँगा फिर नहीं होगा मैंने एक हैक निकाला गेम का वही सेफ गेम वहीं का लोड कर दो कुछ टाइम नहीं लगता अभी यूँ हो जाना चाहिए यही हो रहा था अभी ये लगा रहा है सी मैं गड़बड़ कर दी कोई बात नहीं
I'm gonna take you down.
Jesus.
Help! Fuck! Really scared me.
मैं ना एक बार ही जरूर मारूंगा मेरा मन कर रहा है इन्हें पढ़ने ही करना ना, मैं अभी 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 करूँगा लोड। आई डोंट हैव टू किल एंड आई विल नॉट। एक्चुअली क्या है ना, ये सब हो रहा है मेरे ना पीछे ना गन पड़ी है और वो गन वो देख रहे थे, यही हो रहा है इशू। वो गन गिरानी पड़ेगी तो मैं अभी गिराता हूँ, ये फोटोग्राफी मैं लिखता हूँ। अब नहीं होगा कोई यहाँ।
I expect you to be efficient. I have a lot to see to today.
I'll do my best.
Come on, how's your Ricky? Over. Got a naked civilian over here.
Listen, everyone. I understand that you have a lot of questions. Please be patient for a little longer. I will address you in the sitting room afterwards. Right, get in position. Let's get this over with.
You again.
फायदा क्या है? इधर भी कैमरा प्रोडक्ट पागल है बंदा।
No one wants to look at that long face.
You're such an idiot, Gregory.
I'm fine, Rebecca.
Fine. You look like a nervous wreck.
Stop bickering.
Well, Mother, you certainly know how to lighten the mood.
That will be enough. No need to spend the entire day here. Please, everybody, go to the sitting room. I need to speak to you.
You should see my son. He's very photogenic.
I want to stress that I expect absolute discretion about everything.
Would you like some help
witnessed today.
writing the
No
eulogy for
one
tomorrow?
will ever know I was
I can draw something up in 15 minutes.
Are you coming, Mummy?
I just need some fresh air.
I must do it on...
I'll be in shortly. You go in.
Mother, think if she knew I had help.
Oh my God, I'll never understand the two of you. Gregory is going out of his way to shock Mother with his laziness and neglect, and you self-destruct in your attempt to please her. He's equally hard on the two of you, don't you see? Doesn't make any difference how you go.
Painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47?
All the groceries arrived. I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room. proving he didn't write it himself. Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
But you're not.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
ये भाई कर लिया चुप लिया भैया उनका क्रैक किया मतलब एक तरह से इसी के रूप क्या मतलब के पढ़ दूंगा मैं नहीं पढ़ा क्या क्वेश्चन वो आ ना सस्पेक्ट्स मैंने कर दिया पढ़ दी ये हमेशा रहेगा
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
Please, go ahead.
क्या कर भैया मरवाऊं से और भी कर सकता बट मैं इसी को मरवाता हूँ
Fernsby killed Zachary.
बटलर को मरवाना है
Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I am sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward. Have you considered an amount?
Money file, case file
I
मांगूंगा.
want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the Constant. But that must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it.
फाइल तेरे. Yes. यही चाहिए मुझे और उसके बाद एडिट करना है. मैं नेक्स्ट लगा देता हूँ उसके बाद नेक्स्ट आवा.
The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
अब मारना है. But स्टोरी भी है ना. बस फटाफट नीचे करा. वो एक्टिव वाला ऐसा था ना. मैंने बटलर को कर दिया. बट मारेगी नहीं है. कैरी ठीक. बटलर लॉयल है, उसने किया है तो फिर सही के लिए किया हुआ. उस तरीके से मर गई. ऐसा तो सही बंदा है. अब तो ना भी है. बटलर कुछ नहीं गई. उसने तो मार दे तो हम कर लिया. अब कुछ लास्ट करना है वो तरीके से मारता है ना इसमें स्टोरी में.
Madam Carlyle wants to inspect the arrangements for the staged funeral tomorrow. What's the delay?
It's the birds. They're making a racket and droppings everywhere. The Undertaker wants them gone before he'll see Madame Carlyle. He's in a right state. So, unless you want to take on the birds, I suggest you stay clear of him.
Oh, no, my aim's horrible.
Madame Carlyle is still going ahead with her staged funeral tomorrow, and she wants to inspect the arrangements. How about it, 47? You feel up to giving her the grand tour of her final resting place?
Yeah, I will give. सच्ची में नहीं.
He says he's ready for Madam.
अब सच मारेंगे. ज़्यादा कर रही है ना नाटक. मारना है.
I need to work on my aim. I'll never get rid of those stupid birds.
Get rid of the birds nesting.
Damn birds. If I could just get...
कोई देखना है इस पीछे लगा के रख दो. पा नहीं रहा. झाड़ियों में डाल देता हूँ. नहीं लेगा इसको.
I am ready to show Madame Carlyle the funeral arrangements.
You got rid of the birds?
Yes.
Perfect. I'll let her know.
और अब तो पागल था.
Mr. Parsons is ready to see Madame Carlyle.
Wait for साफ साफ पता लगता है बंदा चेंज हो रहा है शक्ल से। पता नहीं लग रहा भाई। मुझे तो हिटमैन बेकार लगता है इस मामले में। कैड़ा सा से पता लग रहा साफ साफ कोई बंदा मारने आया है।
Madam Carlyle is on her way. I wonder how she will like her final resting ground.
मुझे लगा था टटवा जब मैं खटा मची।
Mr. Parsons, I don't like to be kept waiting. I trust we can be efficient now I'm here.
I can be very efficient, Madam Carlyle.
Come on, come in. You copy?
What's that picture of you doing here?
I'm here now.
What
No,
an
nothing.
awful idea. I want it removed before the ceremony tomorrow.
Roger that. Loosen up,
I must say I don't care much for the choice of flowers either. I need a moment to consider what I want. What's that podium? I find that having family members do the eulogy is more often than not a toe-cringing affair. I've never understood the need to publicly display grief. A person died. Most natural thing in the world. No need to make an emotional spectacle of it. I hope you haven't planned for one of those.
No, I prefer to keep it simple.
And the gravestone. Granite. Solid. No fuss. I like it. Well done, Mr. Parsons. I approve.
Yes, it will mark your grave beautifully.
So, to sum up, I expect you to remove my picture from the memorial. That was an absolutely horrendous idea. Very unfit for these historical surroundings. This is my ancestral burial ground. Simple and clean is how we've always gone about it, and how it will be this time as well. And the flowers, they look more fit for a wedding than my funeral. Maybe something natural, fitting the season and local fauna. Surely you're capable of figuring something out that doesn't look so misplaced. That's all, Mr. Parsons. I have other things to attend to.
Huh?
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
मार दिया। ग्रेप भरनी थी, नहीं भर पाया मैं पे हैंड शावर।
I hope I die in the autumn. I love autumn funerals.
Adam Carlyle is dead, so there is no funeral. Well, I still think it's
Why do I have to do everything around here? I need some help here, please.
They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
भैया मार दिया मैंने उसे। वही आपने देखा कैसे मारा मैंने ग्रेव में ही, बस पर गाड़ने का वाला था नहीं तो मैंने गाड़ा नहीं उसे। बोलो
तो करना था, मारना ही तो था।
और क्या, तो तरीके से मारना था ना, धक्का देते सीधा मार। और क्या, पानी के अंदर वही ग्रेव में।
बट हमेशा की तरह सारे टिक नहीं आते
यार, वो पता नहीं ना मुझे कहाँ कहाँ जाना है वगैरह वगैरह। अब एक कट सीन आएगा मेरा लेवल। ओके, कट सीन, टाइम फॉर द कट सीन।
47. Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah?
How about now? Over here! Cover me! Walk away! Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't.
Tell the Constant to start running!
अच्छा, इसका दोस्त ने मार लिया अपने आप को।
47 is out there, and 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I'll look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
वैसे भी टेररिस्ट था, मर भी गया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? It he was a terrorist, right? तो अगले का है Apex Predator.
That will be
tomorrow? tomorrow ही होता है, एक मिशन डेली का होता है। आज फिर से डेट, यार मैं क्या करूँ, मुझे नहीं मिल रहा था। नहीं तो ये तो आज मैं लिटरली बता रहा हूँ, तो 5 घंटे से भी कम में ख़त्म था। जो भी कहो, मेरी अच्छी नहीं है। लेवल 58 हुआ है, जबकि ज़्यादा बनता है। I'm off to bed now. मेरा सोने का समय आ गया है, तो चलिए सोते हैं सब मिलकर सोएंगे।
सबको गुड नाइट। इसके यहाँ दिन भी है, उसको भी गुड नाइट। इसके यहाँ दिन है, गुड नाइट। तब तो गुड नाइट।